When we chant the names of Lord Mukunda, we are immersed in an ocean of Ananda. Bhaktir Ananda Sandra means bhakti is the process of devotional service to the Lord. And that bhakti gives us Ananda, means bliss. And what kind of Ananda is this? Ananda Sandra, condensed ocean of bliss. So, practicing the process of bhakti immerses us in a condensed ocean of bliss. That is the power of chanting the names of the Lord. So, when we chant with devotion, that will immerse us in an ocean of condensed bliss. Bhaktirananda Sandra. Karatala Kalita Sa Moksha Samrajya Lakshmi. Now, Moksha Samrajya Lakshmi means the kingdom of liberation. Moksha is liberation, Samraj is a kingdom, Lakshmi means the opulence or the bliss available there. Karatala Kalitasa means the whole bliss of the kingdom of liberation is there within your hands. Basically, you can easily get liberated by chanting the names of the Lord. But liberation is not the main product. Liberation is a byproduct. The main product is Bhaktirananda Sandra. The main product of chanting Krishna's names is we will be immersed in an ocean of pure condensed bliss of love for Krishna. So Krishna Nam will give us Krishna Prem, and that is the ultimate result. And other things are like extra byproducts. So basically, chanting the names of the Lord will enable us to attain love of the Lord. So we know this, but there's a problem. The problem is, although we have awareness of the glories of the chanting of Krishna's names, we are not sufficiently enthusiastic. Our tongue is not sufficiently excited to chant the names of the Lord. Yes, we know the sound of Krishna's name will relieve all the living entities from all sinful reactions, all patakas, and also gives us condensed bhakti, condensed prema for Krishna. And when we are experiencing that prema, this whole liberation becomes insignificant. We all are aware of this. But the problem is we are not relishing this whole process of chanting. Although it can give us bhakti ananda sandra, we are not relishing. We are not accessing that ananda. Why? If holy name can give us pure spiritual bliss, pure ananda, why we are not accessing that ananda? Now, let me give a simple example. Mother Earth has the potency to produce beautiful flowers and fruits when you plant a seed, right? When you plant a seed, Mother Earth can nourish that seed, make that seed sprout into a nice sapling, then plant in a big tree, and it can produce flowers and fruits. All this potency is there in the Mother Earth. Mother Earth can induce her potency into that seed and allow that seed to produce a great plant or a tree and flowers and fruits. But just imagine you planted a fried seed. You fried groundnuts and then planted. Will that fried seed produce any plant or flower or fruit or anything? Earth has the potency, but this fried seed has no ability to accept that potency. The seed has no potency to access that potency. Right? Similarly, the holy name of Krishna has the potency to make us experience pure bliss, pure spiritual bliss of love for Krishna. But one who is chanting the name of the Lord is not accessing that potency of holy name because the person who is chanting does not have attention, is not attentive. Attentiveness is missing, absorption is missing. What is missing is a commitment to the process of bhakti, right? When we are not committed to chant the names of the Lord, when we are not giving it sufficient attention, and we are not chanting with affection, then we cannot enjoy that process. We cannot relish that process of chanting the names of the Lord. Basically, attention and affection both are required. Like, you see, somebody is giving a class. And the class has such profound wisdom, great knowledge. So, who can access that knowledge? One who hears attentively can access that knowledge, right? If the class is going on, if some great Maharaj or some great exalted devotee is giving some class, you may be sitting in the class, but we can
People with
access
no
that wisdom of the class when we are attentive to the class, when we are hearing sincerely. But if we are not hearing sincerely, even though we are sitting in the class, we cannot access that wisdom. Attention is missing. Similarly, when we are chanting, when there is attention on the holy name, when there is affection for the holy name, when there is eagerness and sincerity and mm, and enthusiasm to utter the names very, very carefully, we cannot access that purifying potency of the holy name. Of course, even inattentive chanting also will benefit us in some way or the other. Even inattentive hearing also, sitting there where katha is going on also can give us some benefit. Fine. But when there is absorption, when there is sincerity, and when there is attention in hearing, so naturally that hearing can help us access the bliss of bhakti, bhaktirananda sandra. So what's missing is attention. So, uh, this is a cause of astonishment. Mm. Many times, devotees are astonished. I have been chanting since 10 years or 20 years. Still, my mind is thinking in the same old way. I have been chanting since long, long time. Since 15 years, I'm chanting 16 rounds. But still, I am not feeling that bliss or happiness in chanting. What's problem? The problem is that we have not given sufficient attention to the holy name. Just like if we are not attentive to hearing, we cannot access the wisdom. If we are not attentive in chanting, we cannot access the bliss of bhakti. So this is a cause of wonder. So Mukundamala Stotra, our Kulashekara Alvar says, आश्चर्यमेतद्धि मनुष्यलोके सुधां परित्यज्य विषं पिबन्ति नामानि नारायणगोचराणि त्यक्त्यान्यवाचा कुहकाः पठन्ति आश्चर्यमेतद्धि मनुष्यलोके. It's a great आश्चर्य. Ashcharya means surprise. It's so astonishing. What is astonishing? Manushya loke. In this world, Manushyas, human beings who are given access to the holy name of Krishna, they reject it. Holy name of Krishna is like nectar, but Sudham Parityajya Visham Pibanti. The cause of Ashcharya is Sudham Parityajya. They have given up nectar and Visham Pibanti. They are drinking poison. Giving up nectar, they have taken poison. Sudha means nectar, Visham means poison. Pibanti means drinking. Parityaja means giving up, right? Sudham Parityaja means they have given up nectar of holy name, and Visham Pibanti, they are drinking the poison of gossip, the poison of criticism, the poison of mundane materialistic talk, right? So this is very unfortunate. Sudham Parityajya Visham Pibanti. So they are giving up the pure nectar of holy name, they are drinking the poison of criticism, mundane materialistic talks. Uh, Even while chanting the holy name of the Lord, when you are touching the pure tulasi, this is tulasi, right? When you are touching Tulasi Maharani and uttering Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, while sitting with other devotees in a temple hall also, sometimes the mind may meditate on some mundane negative topics, some argument we had with some devotee, or mentally criticizing other Vaishnavas, or mentally blaming the circumstances, mentally complaining that I didn't get this, right? Because the mind is overloaded with so many unnecessary material negative thoughts and feelings and emotions and desires. Although we are in touch with Tulsi Maharani, in front of Tulsi Maharani, with so many Vaishnavas next to us, sitting in a temple hall and uttering pure name of Krishna, 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 we are not accessing the bliss of Krishna now. The reason is the mind is filled with unnecessary thoughts. Sudham parityajya visham pibanti. Sudha is there. Right on our tongue, Sudha, the nectar of Krishna's name is there. But within the mind, the poison of criticism of Vaishnavas is there. The poison of complaints is there. The poison of material desires. The poison of toxic material grudging thoughts are there. Therefore, we are unable to access the name of the Lord, unable to access the bliss of the holy name of Krishna. Sudham parityajya visham pibanti namani narayana gocharani tyatvanya vacha kuhaka pathanti. Namani Narayana Gocharani. Just by chanting the name of the Lord, you can see Narayana. We have to just relinquish all other mundane, unnecessary, useless thoughts and emotions, at least while chanting the names of the Lord. At least whenever some thought pops up in the mind, whenever some desire pops up in the mind, we need to tell the desire, please, please don't bother me. I'll attend to you later. Just postpone. I'll come back to you. Don't worry. I'm there for you. But now allow me to chant. We need to beg. We need to beg the tongue to chant. We need to beg the mind to focus on the sound vibration. Right? We need to request the tongue, my dear tongue, stop this gossip. My dear tongue, focus on the name. Sometimes tongue may chant, but the tongue is chanting very mechanically. The tongue and mind are not connected. Mind is thinking of something else, and the tongue is just hastily pronouncing Krishna's Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, like they're very hastily pronouncing the names of the Lord just to finish off 60 knots. Finish. Uh, so, if that is the mood, where is the possibility of accessing the nectar of holy name, even though we are chanting for 10 years or 20 years or whatever, right? Poison is the gossip of the material world. The tongue is having a taste to relish the gossips of the material world, mundane topics in the material world. Mhm. Rejecting nectar, drinking poison. The tongue is doing that. So we need to pray to the tongue, my dear tongue, please reject poison. Why are you having such great taste for poison? Why are you rejecting pure nectar? If somebody says, mm, say they have some disease, you ask them, doctor has given you medicines, right? For your disease. Why are you not taking the medicines? If the person says, I am not taking medicines because I am so sick. I am not taking this medicine because I have this disease. If he says like that, does it make any sense to you? Someone is very hungry. You have given him chapanbo. You have given him a very nice meal, feast. And feast is in front of him. He is not eating. You ask him, why are you not eating? If he says, I am very hungry, therefore I am not eating. I am so hungry that I am not eating. Does it make any sense? Similarly, if someone says, I'm not chanting or I'm not chanting attentively because my mind is filled with so many unnecessary thoughts, unnecessary desires. I'm not performing bhakti properly because I have so many material problems. I'm entangled in this material world, therefore I'm not chanting. I'm unable to chant. That doesn't make any sense. Because you are entangled in this material world, because you are distracted by so many materialistic thoughts and feelings and emotions and desires, you need to divert your mind and focus on Krishna's name so that you will be relieved permanently from all those material distractions. Right? The process of bhakti in itself, and specifically the process of chanting the names of the Lord, will protect us from material allurements, material tribulations, material thoughts and emotions and feelings and desires. But if we say, because I have mundane materialistic thoughts, I'm unable to chant the names of the Lord, I mean, technically speaking, that doesn't make sense. Because your mind is filled with so many material things, we have to deliberately focus on the holy name so that we can come out of all of it. Easier said than done. I'm also struggling to do the same. I also give such illogical mm, reasons that I'm unable to eat because I'm hungry. I'm not taking medicine because I'm sick. A struggling sadhaka says like this. May not verbally, but that's what the sadhaka's behavior reflects. So, because we are caught up in so many material tribulations, we have to take the process of chanting very seriously. But if you say, I'm unable to take the process of chanting very seriously because I am caught up so materially, that doesn't make much sense. That doesn't make much logical sense, right? Sudham parityajya visham pibanti. It's ascharya. It's very surprising. And someone says, I'm not taking medicine because I'm sick. It's very surprising. You get surprised. What is this logic? You become surprised, right? Similarly, acharyas are surprised. They're astonished. Sudham parityajya, you're giving up holy name. Visham pibanti. Even while chanting Krishna's names on a bead bag, you are thinking of something else. Acharyas are surprised. Many people don't have access to the holy name, and you are given access to the holy name. You have a guru, he has given you tulsi beads, and you are surrounded by 100 Vaishnavas. You are sitting in a temple hall, and so much of nectar is given to you, and giving up all the nectar, you are thinking you are drinking some poison of material thoughts, material aspirations. This is Ashcharyam. Very astonishing. Very, very astonishing. So, when a struggling sadhaka consciously makes a choice of hearing criticism about others or speaking criticism of others and thus consciously drinking poison, it's very astonishing, very surprising to all the acharyas. So, now there's a beautiful shloka. Another shloka. Shri Srinath Narayana Vasudeva Sri Krishna Bhakta Priya Chakrapani. The Lord has so many beautiful names. Srinatha, Narayana, Vasudeva, Sri Krishna, Bhakta Priya. Bhakta Priya means the Lord loves his devotees so much. Chakrapani. He holds chakra. He holds Sudarshan chakra in his hands to destroy all the evil forces that disturb devotees. Right? Chakrapani. Sri Padmanabha, Achyuta, Kaitabhare, Sri Rama, Padmaksha, Hare, Murare, so many names. Ananta Vaikuntha Mukunda Krishna, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Vaktum Samarthopi Navakti Kasched, Aho Jananam Yasanabhimukhyam. This is the main point that I want to make. Vaktum Samartho Api. We have the Samarthata, we have the capacity to speak. Vaktum Samarthopi Navakti Kaschid. Although there is a samarthata, although there is ability to speak, utter the name of the Lord, we don't. Vaktum samarthopi na bhakti kaschit. Previous sloka also says the same thing. That is Sudham parityajya visham pibanti. Here, Vaktum samarthopi na bhakti kaschit. Although you have the ability to utter Krishna's names, you don't utter. Is it difficult? Prabhupada says in one lecture. Is it difficult to chant Krishna, 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 Krishna? Is it difficult to pronounce? Even if there is a difficulty in pronouncing, some say Krishna because they may not be able to pronounce. That's okay. Krishna doesn't penalize you for your pronunciation mistakes, right? So spelling mistakes and pronunciation mistakes are also accommodated by Krishna because he is very merciful. Namna makari bahudhani sarva shakti tatrarpita niyamita smaranena kalaha. See, if you can't chant in Brahma Muhurta, no problem. You can chant in the night. You can chant in the daytime. I missed Brahma Muhurta. I'm unable to get up so early. Fine, we understand. You have some late night problem, late night job. No problem. Chant in the evening. Chant in the afternoon. Chant in the midnight. There is no hard and fast rule regarding timings. Tatrarpita niyamita smarane na kalaha. No hard and fast rules. So much of concession is given. Your pronunciation mistakes are not penalized so much. Your timing is not like there is no strict regulations on your timing. Still, we are unable to chant. Vaktum samarthopi na vakti kaschid. Aho jananam vyasanabhimukhyam. Aho jananam. The tongue has the ability to utter the names, but the tongue is not uttering. And vyasanabhimukhyam. Why people are doing like this? Because they are vyasana abhimukhyam. Their minds are diverted towards vyasanas, all kinds of bad habits and mundane material interests. So, because they are towards vyasana, they are turning their face away from Krishna. If you want vyasana, you cannot get Krishna. Vyasanabhimukhyam, we should be Krishnabhimukhyam, not Vyasanabhimukhyam. So, because of this, there is a difficulty for the tongue to chant because the mind is thinking of something else. Basically, when the mind is loaded with certain thoughts, tongue will speak that only. Right? Tongue, the jihva will speak, will utter those words which are constantly ringing in the mind. Within the mind, if there is Krishna, then you will speak about Krishna. But when within the mind there is no Krishna, then we cannot speak about Krishna. But how to bring Krishna into the mind? Chant Krishna's names. So how to induce Krishna, Krishna's thoughts and Krishna's emotions in the mind? You keep on chanting, even if your mind is thinking of something else, ignore the mind. Chant Krishna, 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 Krishna. And through that chanting, Krishna will enter the mind. Then the mind will hanker for more chanting. Right? So right now, mind cannot think of Krishna, and our chanting may not be product of our deeper emotions for Krishna in the mind. So let us practice. Even if you are not happy chanting, even if you are not very excited chanting, still chant Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Then Krishna will notice, oh, this devotee is not very happy chanting my names. Still, he is committed to the process of chanting my name 16 rounds in a day. Let me give him some taste. Sometimes people say, if I don't have taste, why should I chant? And what's the use of chanting? Yes, even if you don't have taste, if you use your tongue to chant, chant, chant constantly, or at least some quota of rounds every day, that will inspire Krishna to give us some taste, give us some interest. Mm. Therefore, we should not feel discouraged. I'm chanting since 10 years, but I'm unable to focus on the holy name. Yes, that's a fact. That's the life of a struggling sadhaka. But by chanting the names of the Lord with even without experiencing much taste for the holy names, we are inspiring Krishna, or we are actually inducing Krishna to show us some mercy and bestow upon us some taste. Krishna will think that although this devotee is not able to chant, still he is chanting, therefore I must give him some taste. Mhm. Because in this world, if you are not interested to do some activity, you will give it up. You will not do it. Hmm. Of course, some people are obliged to or forced to do some activity, but when there is no relish in the activity, you cannot continue that activity for a long time. Similarly, while chanting also, if there is no taste to do that activity of chanting, we cannot continue for a long time, but still for a long time we have been continuing, isn't it? So last 10 years or 20 years we have been chanting, although we are not fully experiencing taste. So this continuation of the process of chanting, despite not having taste, will inspire Krishna to give us some taste, and with taste we can chant. Therefore, we should chant. Whether we are relishing it or not, our tongue should chant. Mind may not relish it, but tongue should continue to chant. So, so people have the ability to chant, but they don't have the intention to chant. But even if they don't have intention to chant, let's engage the ability of the tongue to chant. Eventually, Krishna will give us the intention also to chant, right? So, so we need to request our tongues in this way. भजस्व मन्त्रं भवबन्ध मुक्त्यै जिह्वे रसग्ने सुलभं मनोज्ञं द्वैपायनाद्यैर्मुनिभिः प्रचप्तं गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति. Bhajasva mantram. Chant this mantra. Krishna mantra. Bhavabandha muktyi. You will be relieved. You will get mukti from bhavabandha, the bondage to this material world. Jihve rasagne sulabham manognam. Oh Jihva, my dear tongue, we need to request our tongue. We need to humbly request and pray to our tongue. Oh Jihva, you are rasagna. You have the ability to taste different kinds of items. So rasagna means the tongue has the ability to taste something. Don't restrict the tongue to taste only rasgulla, rasmalai, pizza, burger, idli, dosa, paratha, what is that? Dokla. So tongue has the ability to taste, but let's not restrict the tongue's ability, capacity to taste only food items. The real ability of the tongue is to taste Krishna's names, Krishna's songs, Krishna Katha, Krishna's Leelas. So we need to pray to our tongue. Oh, my dear tongue, please, please Please glorify Krishna. Please chant Krishna's names. You're Rasagna. You're the religious of Rasa. Rasa is not there only in food items. The real rasa, real taste is there in the names of Krishna. Oh, my dear tongue, please access that taste. But the tongue is uh, accustomed to taste some mundane gossip. The tongue is very eager to taste some unnecessary material topics. My dear tongue, give up this taste, is lower taste. I'm giving you higher taste. But for many devotees, higher taste means Govindas only. But higher taste is Govinda's name, not just Govinda's restaurant, right? So the real higher taste is not just Govinda's restaurant. Of course, it is definitely higher taste, but Govinda's name is higher taste. We need to chant the uh, name of Govinda, name of Krishna. We need to say Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. See, Jihve Rasagni, which is a very important point. Jihva is Rasagna. Jihva has the ability to taste things, can relish tastes. Sulabham manognam, but Jihva, for example, if you have to purchase a pizza in Govindas, you may have to spend 500 or 1000, whatever rupees, I don't know much. I didn't go to Govinda's restaurant in the recent past, but uh, Sulabham. So, this higher taste of Krishna's name is accessible to the tongue very easily, Sulabham, without paying 1000 rupees, without paying money, very easily at any time. Go in this restaurant may have some timings, morning 9 o'clock to evening 9 o'clock, something like that. But this Govinda's name, no timings, right? Sulabham, always accessible. Manognam, very attractive to the mind. Dvaipayanadyair prajaptam. Great munis, great sages like Dvaipayana Vyasa also, Prajaptam, they chanted these names. Govinda, Damodara, Madhava, please chant these names. So we need to pray to our tongues like this. Let's request our tongues, my dear tongue, give up gossip. My dear tongue, give up mundane, materialistic topics. My dear tongue, please don't criticize Vaishnavas. My dear tongue, please don't hanker for mundane tastes in this world, either in the form of food items or materialistic topics. My dear tongue, these are don'ts, right? Do's are, my dear tongue, please relish Krishna's name. Please relish Krishna's katha. Please relish the description of Krishna's qualities. Please glorify Krishna's form. This is Chandan Yatra time. Every day the Lord is being nicely decorated in Chandan with beautiful paint on the face, nice turbans, and my God, just glorify Krishna's form. Glorify Krishna's name. We need to beg our tongues in this way. So when we beg the tongues to glorify Krishna, to use its ability to speak uh, Krishna's qualities, then the tongue will listen to us, hopefully, and divert its ability to speak towards Krishna Katha and Krishna Nam. Last shloka we'll discuss today. Jihve sadaiva bhaja sundarani नामानि कृष्णस्य मनोहराणि समस्तभक्तार्तिविनाशनानि गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति. See this. Jihve, one more request to the tongue. Sadaiva, always. Bhaja Sundarani. Bhaja means you chant. What? Namani, the names of Krishna. What is the quality of that name? Sundarani, the name of Krishna is very beautiful. Manoharani, the name of Krishna is very attractive to the mind. Manoharani means, mana is mind, hara means to steal. The holy name of Krishna is so attractive as Krishna, that it can completely steal your mind. Have you ever heard some song, some mundane Bollywood, Hollywood, Tollywood, Mollywood, Collywood, whichever song? If you have heard it, somehow the vibe of the song, or the rhythm of the song, or the melody of the song, or the lyrics of the song attracted your mind, and you are unable to give up uttering that song. Every moment, at least after the song's release, next 2 days or 3 days or 1 week, you are just chanting that song and you are singing that song only unconsciously even, right? If a mundane material sound vibration, material song of some movie can overwhelm our mind so much that for a week or 2 weeks, as whenever you open your mouth, you sing that song only. What to speak of the songs of Krishna, names of Krishna? Somehow the mind has taste for this, the tongue has taste for this mundane songs, but the tongue does not have sufficient taste for chanting the names of the Lord. For that, we need to repeatedly chant so that the tongue becomes accustomed to utter those names and spontaneously start uh, singing those names of the Lord. So we need to practice. Somehow, because of long term association with the material nature for hours together, for years together, decades together, centuries and lifetimes, we are unable to give up our attraction towards mundane sound vibrations. We are overly attracted towards mundane sound vibrations, even after beginning to practice bhakti. But we need to train our minds, train our tongues to utter Krishna's names, and eventually we'll develop taste. Right? So, says, Jihve sadaiva bhaja namani Krishnasya. My dear tongue, we're requesting the tongue. Oh, my dear tongue, please chant the names of Krishna. These names of Krishna have multiple qualities. Number one, Sundarani, very beautiful. Number two, Manoharani, very attractive to the mind. Number three, Samasta Bhaktarti Vinashanani. Bhakta means devotees. Arti means their difficulties, their distresses. Vinashanani. The difficulties of the devotees are destroyed by this holy name. How many difficulties? One, two, 10, 5? No. Samasta, all. Samasta bhakta arti vinashanani. Arti vinashanani. Samasta bhakta arti vinashanani means every single difficulty that a devotee has will be destroyed by the holy name of the Lord. And samasta can apply to the number of devotees also. All devotees. The holy name can destroy the difficulties of one devotee, or two devotees, or 10 devotees, or 100 devotees. No. All devotees. Samasta bhakta refers to, samasta you apply to bhakta also, samasta you apply to arti also. Arti means distress. Arti means distress. Samasta arti means all difficulties are destroyed. Bhakta means devotees. Samasta bhakta means all devotees' distresses are destroyed. So the holy name of Krishna has the ability to destroy all the difficulties of all the devotees. Samasta bhaktarti vinashanani Govinda damodara madhaveti. You see, this is how we need to pray to our tongues, request our tongues. My dear Jihva, please chant the beautiful, attractive names of the Lord that relieve you from all distress and give up taste for mundane gossip, materialistic topics. Thank you very much. Did I cross time or did I end early? 1 hour